Yo, what's going on YouTube gang? It's Mellow DFS coming to you live and direct, here to give you my fave 5 wide receivers for NFL Week 1. Hope everybody's having an amazing one. Feel free to like the video. Please subscribe if you're new or just supporting me. Appreciate the love. Also press that bell icon so you always stay notified for new videos. Let's jump into it, y'all. Just gave my quarterbacks, my running backs. Now it's time to get the receivers and also have the tight end video coming to you shortly. All right, let's jump into it. Going with my number five receiver. Now I'm gonna give you some low owned guys as well, because obviously you got the Vikings, you got like Thielen, Diggs, and those type of guys, but I want to give you some low owned guys and some salary saving type of guys to help with your lines today. For week 1, sorry about that. So let's jump into it. Number five, gonna look at Tyler Lockett going against Cincinnati in the spot. He's 6,800 on FanDuel, but he's 6,000 on DraftKings. Tyler Lockett's in a good spot. He's averaging 11.7 fantasy points at home. All right, getting about 3.8 targets, 3 receptions for 82.5 yards a game in the last 4 games last season. He also gets yards on kicker returns as well, so he's one of those, even punt returns, so he's one of those guys that could just do everything, man. Punt return, kick return, receiving yards, so he could definitely help out with fantasy points in your lines, y'all. So definitely look at Tyler Lockett here in a good spot. Cincinnati allows an average of 157 receiving yards to the receiver spot. All right, and see, 12.8 receptions a game in the last 4, y'all. So in the last 4 games, they give about 26 fantasy points to receivers, went away. But Cincinnati doesn't really give that many yards to the receiver. But I just like Tyler Lockett in general, just overall full package for the just for a cheap spot, especially for DraftKings at 6K. Tyler Lockett is in a great position. All right, now let's go to our number 4 guy. All right, number 4. All right. Okay, number 4. Looking at Chris Godwin going against my Niners. I hate going against my Niners, but I have to let you know about this pick. I actually like Tampa's stack against my Niners, y'all. He's 6,900 on FanDuel, looking at 11 fantasy point projection. He's 6,200 on DraftKings. Chris Godwin's in a great play. Niners are 30th in the receiver ranking, so definitely take a look at him in his play. He's averaging 12.5 fantasy points in 6 home games last season. He's averaging 11.9 fantasy points in 4 close games. This is a 1-point favor for Tampa versus 49ers for week 1. All right, 49ers ranked last, giving up about 2 touchdowns a game to receivers. Now he's averaging around 7 targets a game, 2.5 receptions for 41.5 yards. He had 3 touchdowns in the past 5 games last season. Even in week 17, he went crazy against Falcons. He had 2 touchdowns for 104 yards, y'all. So look at Chris Godwin here to keep this train rolling, especially with Mike Evans, another guy I'm gonna look into. But nonetheless, Chris Godwin's in a great play for cheap. All right, now look at number 3. All right, gonna go on the Buffalo side of things. Now you got John Brown on Buffalo, but I like Zay Jones. All right, going against the Jets. He's 5K on FanDuel. It's too cheap to ignore here. He's 5K, but he is 3,700 on DraftKings. So definitely take a look at him, y'all. And a great play. He's averaging 16.5 fantasy points in the past 2 games versus Jets win away. So definitely love that stat. He's averaging around 14.5 fantasy points a game in 5 away games. He's averaging 8.3 targets for 3.8 receptions for 48.3 yards a game. He ended the season with 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games. He had a touchdown against the Patriots and Miami. And also Jets allow an average 44.8 fantasy points to receivers in the last 4 games. Definitely take a look at Zay Jones because he's in a great matchup versus Jets. So you can also plug in like Josh Allen to help with, just a great stack with Buffalo on that end. So I love Zay Jones, number 3. All right, now going with number 2. All right, like I said, you could go with like what do you mean? Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. Thielen, he has to have a backup. He has to bounce back out of that slump. Like the last, like after week 12, he had a real slump. Part of the season. I mean, the first half from week 1 to week, I think 11, he was on fire. Like every game getting over 100 yards. Receiving yards, but then at the end of the year he just died down, so hopefully he can bounce back. So I don't want to follow that trend. So that's the reason why I want to go with some other plays that are GPP owned, because you know, if you follow that trend and let's say he does bad, it could definitely hurt your lines because everyone's going to be on Vikings. But he's still in a great play. I cannot ignore that Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs are in great plays, so I will have couple lines with them in a Viking stack, but I'm not gonna go all eggs in the basket with Vikings. So that's the reason why I'm not gonna have them on my fave 5. So going with number 2, I'm gonna look at Amari Cooper going against the Giants. And he's 7,500 on FanDuel. He's 7K on DraftKings. Reason why I love him in this play, because you got Zeke is out, but he does have a foot injury he's dealing with. He said right now his pain is around 3 out of 10. He's more likely to suit up for the debut, but you already know he's more likely to be the top receiver for Cowboys, y'all. Knowing what he needs to do, he plays amazing at home. The reason why I love him at home, y'all. All right, so playing at home, he averaging around 18.1 fantasy points. It gets around 8.5 targets a game for 5.5 receptions for 55 yards. He's averaging 22 fantasy points in 5 favorable games. This is a 7-point favor for Cowboys versus the Giants in week 1. Giants also allows more fantasy points win away. They allow an average 187 receiving yards to receivers and a touchdown a game to receivers win away. So I love this play for him. Averaging 17 fantasy points in 7 home games. Amari Cooper's in an amazing spot. So definitely like him at home. Hopefully we get some more status if he is good to go. But right now he said he'll be suited to play for week 1. So I definitely want to get some exposure here, knowing that he will definitely have the targets to definitely pay this price tag. All right. And my number 1 guy I'm going to go with is Mike Evans going against my San Fran, man. He's 7,900 on both DraftKings and FanDuel. Mike Evans in a great play. He's averaging 19.5 fantasy points in the past 2 games versus Niners, but he had a 14 fantasy point game at home last season versus them. He had 8 targets for 6 receptions for 116 yards. Of course, could have been more fantasy points if he had a touchdown, but nonetheless, and still a good spot. He's averaging 23.4 fantasy points a game in 4 close games. Like I said before, with Godwin, this is a 1-point favor for Tampa in this matchup. And San Fran, like I said before, is ranked last, giving up 2 touchdowns a game to receivers. Allow more fantasy points win away, around 40.9 fantasy points away to receivers, y'all. He's averaging around 8.5 targets a game, 5 receptions for 100.8 yards a game, 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games as well last season. So Mike Evans is my number 1 receiver for week 1. If you like my plays, give a thumbs up. Any questions or concerns with your lines, or also who's your best wide receiver for week 1, comment below. As you can see, using Draft Dashboard tools in the link in my description. If you want access to my player pool, all you have to do is click the link in my description and sign up. It's only $1 for 30 days. You do a lot for $1, y'all, so why not cash? Click on the top players. Once you click on the menu bar, all right, you have the NFL cheat sheet to give you the best plays of the slate without doing much research, from the high, mid, into low tier players. You have the sleepers and your studs. Click on the watch players with access to my plays and your custom player pool. Click on Mel's DFS picks button for up top for either DraftKings or FanDuel. All right, so I love y'all, man. Y'all collect that bag. Hopefully y'all got getting everything together, man, that could make a great line for week 1, man, so y'all could cash, man. So I love y'all. Yeah, have a good day.